Hello everybody, it's Onion Creature. We have a new bizarre thing that Nintendo has done that has garnered some amount of attention online. They just shadow dropped this strange little animated film, basically. It's an animated short film, and at first glance, it does not seem to be related to anything Nintendo has ever done. But if you look closer, you might discover a few things. First of all, this is just the kind of thing that happens sometimes. Recently, they'll just post something and you really have no idea what is going on. This is definitely one of the stranger ones. It's kind of hard to decipher what this is supposed to be, but for me, I feel like the most obvious explanation is that it is what it is. It's a short film they have made that is somewhat adjacent to Pikmin, and I don't know, I don't really know how that would have come to be, but potentially Nintendo's own animation studio that they own, Nintendo Pictures, was quite likely the one that created this thing. And I think what I find to be the most compelling evidence that this isn't a tease for anything specific is that it's uploaded as a YouTube Kids video. So it is clearly intended for the babies of the world to enjoy. And that tells me that it's probably not for us weirdo Nintendo adults that like to hyper-analyze everything they do. With the hopes of finding some evidence for a new entry in one of our favorite series. The way this video integrates Pikmin is very strange. The little pacifier is running around, essentially, throughout the whole video. The baby is chasing it, as you can see. And essentially the only obvious implementation, the only obvious connection to Pikmin is the music. Which has a very similar style to the music used in Pikmin 4. Some of the same melodies are used. And then in the background of this shot, around 1 minute 38, 1 minute 40, you see a little something in the background running around, which quite likely is a Pikmin. So other than that, though, there's really nothing related to any of Nintendo's games. And it's an odd thing. Nice little short, I guess. Nothing mind-blowing, but it's pleasant, which I assume is the intention. One thing that the channel Kit and Krista, who are of course the previous hosts of Nintendo Minute and worked for Nintendo, have brought up is just how well the Pikmin shorts performed on YouTube. If you look those up, they have like millions upon millions of views, which is pretty impressive. So, my little theory, I guess, is that if Nintendo was looking to, I don't know, have a test project or, I don't know, make some sort of animated short, they would make something related to Pikmin. The fact that it's so lightly related to Pikmin is very strange, because if you were a child who had no knowledge of Pikmin watching this, you wouldn't know. That connection would not be clear. So very strange stuff. And like I said, I just am not convinced that this is some sort of tease for a new game. It really seems unlikely to me. But I mean, yeah, just the fact that it's not promoting any specific brands, just Nintendo as a whole, it's very weird. Not entirely sure what the just general intention is. I really do think it's likely just supposed to be a YouTube short. That could change. I don't know. This is an odd one. It's a mystery for sure. I think potentially we could get more in this series of animated shorts, and maybe those ones will feature the Pikmin element more prominently. Hard to say, though. It could just be a standalone thing that Nintendo was using Nintendo Pictures for, maybe as an animation test, test out their capabilities to make an appealing short film. I don't know. very, very strange thing to drop on a Tuesday morning. And it's possible we will never know anything more about it other than that it exists. That is not an impossibility. If it was to be the tease of, I don't know, Pikmin 5 or a Pikmin spin-off, or, I don't know, a Pikmin movie or a Pikmin series of shorts, the only other point of comparison I can think of would be the Emio the Smiling Man trailer, where it was just a tease of the concept of Emio, and then we later found out that that was being done as a way to advertise Emio the Smiling Man, the Famicom Detective Club sequel. The difference is that was, that was age restricted, 18 plus video, even though there wasn't technically any like graphic content in that video. This really is just like a standalone little story of this small child chasing its pacifier and walking. There's really not that much else going on, other than the Pikmin music and, maybe a little hint of Pikmin in the background. There's a couple of like background elements. None of those really seem to be implying anything specific. Yes, odd situation. Probably doesn't mean anything. It's a nice little short, I guess, but I wouldn't read too deeply into it yet. But yeah, it could just be Nintendo wanting to expand their catalog of animated shorts on their YouTube channel. It could be something as simple as that. There was some initiative internally to do something along those lines. I don't know. Very, very strange day. Very strange. Hey guys, one other thing is that this was also posted on Nintendo Today. So they're putting it up there. So I don't know. Is there any reason for that? Not sure.